I just recorded a super interesting and also very valuable interview with one of our students, Tim. I would highly recommend you guys to watch this whole video because trust me, you will learn a lot. Now, before I show you the whole interview, if you're interested in working one-on-one with me, check out the first link in the video description. Let's build up your channel together. So check it out, book your call with me, and now enjoy the interview. All right, so we are here with Tim today, who has been with me for quite a while, I have to say. We had our up and downs, I would say.
I had I think I joined in June of 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. And I had a while there where I had some medical things. I had to have surgery and it took a while to recover. So, but yeah. So
so you have been with me quite a while. I think we kind of figured it out now a little bit. We'll dive deeper into that a bit later. But tell me a little bit about you maybe. Oh, the viewers, I know you already.
So I'm officially retired from my day job. I got a military background, 20 years, and I was in the power industry. I'm a trainer by trade. So doing technical training. And then I've always been interested in YouTube, but I always thought you had to have like a channel with your face on it. And then I saw your ad, I think it was on Instagram. And it was Instagram. And then you said, hey, DM me, and I DM'd you. And then I got your first program. It was very cool. And I like the idea of being able to do a faceless channel. So, and I just jumped in. So I think I was a good student.
Yeah, 100%.
I always worked hard. Yeah.
Always. And you were kind of always there. And even though, and this is one of the most important things I always say, like, don't give up after the first channel or first few channels. And I think you're a perfect example for that. Like, obviously we had our successes here. We had some channels that completely failed, and we had some channels that, at least got monetized, made a little bit of money, but nothing big, right? So at this current moment, like, I think everyone is always curious, and that's why most people are always clicking on these videos, is how much are you currently making with your YouTube channel? We have one channel now that's doing quite decent, and how much is that channel making? If you want to, you can also share your screen. There we have.
Can you see this?
Yes.
This screen?
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited. This channel has done really well. I kind of took a really big niche and I said, I love this and I'm going to do a little bit different. And I think the key thing is I learned how to, number one, write really good scripts. And I took a lot of time to do that. And then I really worked hard to find really good video editors. And I've got a really good core of video editors that create, in my opinion, I love my videos. Some people don't like them, but that's okay. So, I've got 1.2 million views since the channel started. That's about 2 months ago. Tons of watch time. I've got over 100,000 hours of watch time. Damn. My subscribers are growing. Yeah. And if you would have told me I would have had a channel that does that based on everything I've learned in this group, I would have said, yeah, whatever. But now, and so the income's good. You can see this is my best day. This is $338. That was when these two videos right here, the top two were taking off. So that was just over a month ago. But then you can see, and I know my floor right now is right around $50. So it goes from $338 to $50 a day. It all depends, I'm going to start increasing more videos.
That's a good idea.
And you can see, and I think I'm going to 2 and then 3 a week. And that's going to help because each one of my videos, their interaction is getting better and better.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you start a new channel if YouTube likes your channel, if the algorithm likes it, because you'll get impressions. And that's one thing I've learned from you is you can learn pretty quickly if the channel is going to work. And you've got to just test it. If a channel doesn't work, just move on and go to something else. So, and I'm going to take like your advice and build off of this concept into some different niches in this area. So yeah,
I think it's a good idea. I always, say it's the easiest thing to, if you have one channel that's working, so just build more channels in the same broad niche, even if it's like in a more sub niche, because you can kind of leverage the traffic from your
Yeah.
main channel over to your other channels. But I think you're for sure, and I say this, at least you're for sure at least gonna double or triple your views if you start posting more. Why? Because we have that 80-20 rule where, as I've explained, like 20% of the videos bring in 80% of the views. But the cool thing about your specific niches or your channels is, you just told me that old videos are still doing like very consistent views every single day.
Yes.
And this is gonna increase, the more videos you have. Obviously, not every video is gonna pop off, sadly, or it would be cool if everything would always pop off. But I think if you increase the posting frequency, and you have more videos that consistently bring in X amount of views, that's then where it can go quite crazy, and where you can then, later on even almost don't post anything and still make a decent amount of money from the channel. So
Yeah.
that's quite cool. How much are you currently paying per video, if I may ask?
I'm paying right around 100 to 140 based on the video length. And I track it. Most of my videos at least break even.
Yeah.
But probably within like a week, all of them become profitable.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm covering my costs. And that's really what I was focused on. So in February, I made 3,300. I'm probably on track to make about 2,000 for March, just going based on the numbers. But you just have one more video that pops off, and you'll get, like, one of the videos has got $3,000.
Yeah.
Just that video alone.
That's crazy. Yeah, I always say, like, don't judge too early. I know, like, it can be quite frustrating in the beginning sometimes if not much happens. But I promise you, if you post videos, you will most probably hit one video this month that is going to do well. In most cases, even if it looks like a very bad month and it looks like it's not going that well, many cases, you will always at least hit like one video that kind of brings in all of the money. And that's just how it is. Like, as I said, like 20% of the money come from, no, 80% of the money comes from 20% of the views of the videos. There we have it now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we call that the 80-20 rule.
Basically. Yeah. How much has this channel kind of generated lifetime? It's not too old, this channel, right? So it took a few videos to take off.
I think over lifetime, it's over 4,000.
Okay. All right. And it has been monetized for 2 months. Something.
I got monetized in after 9 videos, basically like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, right. And when I first started posting my 3rd video, I could tell, oh, YouTube likes this. The algorithm likes it. And that's when you get experience, if a channel is going to work. You just know by instinct, know. And talking with the group and talking with other people that, your weekly meetings, you kind of get a feel for how things are going to go. So
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I think, man, if we, like I said, double down on the posting and also kind of start more channels in the same niche, I think 10K a month shouldn't be too difficult. And I say it shouldn't be too difficult because, if you look at, as an example now, Andre doing very well, and that's the exact same thing he did, let's see. I think it's going to be good. You said
I think I'm going to focus on that and get my new editors I'm going to build movie related and actor related channels. I think that I know the niche, I'm going to stick with it. So I was looking at some other things, but I think I'll just stay with this and build this because my goal is I want to do 50K a month.
Yeah, man.
And it's possible.
It's
anyone watching this, it's possible. You just got to be persistent and test niches and test ideas and just keep going. So
100%. Yeah. I think by maybe if everything goes very well, I always say the first channel to get it off the ground, most difficult thing. After that gets more easy because especially if you stay in the same niche because you can leverage your audience, right? So just as an example now again, Andre, did he expect to make 30K this fast already? Probably not, but he was able to do it because he had one channel that was doing well, right? And we just moved again and built other channels around that exact same niche. And if you do the same thing, should be 100% possible. Hopefully this year. Like it's not a fast track thing, but it could be, if we have a little bit of luck on our side, could be possible.
Yeah.
So no.
And I think I like the concept of, and we've talked about this, you take a niche, and I like movies, I like and all that, and just so many of the people that were big in the niche were their videos were boring, but they still get so many views. I'm like, I can just do a better video, and that's what I did, and people like it. So yeah. Anyways, go ahead and ask
awesome.
my question. So
you said your what was your most viewed video? It's 270,000 views, right?
No, it's over 500,000. It's this one right here.
Damn. All right.
Idiocracy. You want me to go to the? I'll show you the content.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that one.
So yeah, it's right here.
Damn, 500,000 views is something not many people do. Trust me.
And it's still getting like 1,000 views a day. So it goes up, it goes down. And this is a normal cycle. The algorithm knows when my audience is there, they show the video and then it goes down. Yeah. And I think you'll see as your expands, your click-through rate starts to go down a little bit and your view duration goes down a little bit, but 40% I'll take all day. You can see my average here for the channel.
Yeah, average view duration is pretty good. Like,
it's pretty good. It's not great. I mean,
you have to keep some videos, right? But yeah, I always say, like, you have to keep in mind that your click-through rate and your average view duration is gonna go down as you get more views. So for that, it's still pretty decent, I would say.
Yeah, my click-through rate is always like 7-8% in the beginning, and it goes down about 5 to 6, sometimes 4. So, but yeah, you just keep. I don't care as long as YouTube keeps showing the video. No, I don't care. You can see this is their lifetime revenue.
Oh, crazy. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Especially like from one video. Now we just need more of these.
And my second good video is this one right here. And I piggybacked this guy. There's a really famous series right now called Fallout. It's from the game. And Walter Goggins is one of the main characters. And I love him. And I said, I'm just going to do a video about him. And look, I mean, this video still gets
7,000
3,500 views a day. It still gets it, and it just keeps growing. Same, you can see the same click-through rate, the same view duration. So it starts high and then it goes down, but that's fine. So the
crazy thing is this video is already, or has been online for like 30 days already, and it's still so. And this is, again, a good thing. So it seems like that these videos are going to be pretty evergreen. And that, again, falls back to, if we post more videos, we're going to have more videos that do exactly this, which is automatically going to bring up your views, even if you don't post as much, which is quite cool.
What I also look at is it's still predominantly browse feature, which means the algorithm knows if they show this video, people are going to click on it.
No.
And 100%. And then you get suggested videos is pretty good. Some of my videos have more suggested than browse. And then some are like end screen. A lot of them get end screen views from my channel. So yeah, it's fun.
But to see end screen views is good, especially if you want to, start, as we discussed, like start more channels and move the viewers over via like end screen. So that's going to be good.
And you can see in the beginning, I was testing different concepts. Some didn't work. Oh, this is my first big video. This is so these two videos right here, Office Space and Keanu Reeves. People love Keanu Reeves. Now, it's not, this went big before. This helped me monetize my channel. But still, it gets a couple hundred, views every 48 hours. That's fine. A lot of subscribers, still get people commenting on this. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, even if it only seems like 200 views, it stacks up over a bunch of videos, which is
and then cool. And you can see here the view duration is longer.
Yeah, that one's good.
And the click-through rate it's not as high, but it hangs out right around 4.
Yeah, it looks good. Like I said, something I'll try is, especially for the older videos, or for the videos that didn't perform as well, try to kind of change around a little bit with the packaging. Sometimes that really helps to get them up, especially, because you're not posting too much, so you can really focus on the thumbnails and kind of focus on changing them up, improving them, which is cool. Yes.
And I have been doing that. but there's only certain videos. Like some of these videos, they're just not going to take because, but that's okay. I was
Yeah,
experimenting with stuff. So yeah. Anyways.
that's awesome. Right. Right. So thank you for kind of taking us through your whole channel. Now, something that is very interesting to me and for especially for the more skeptical people outside, were you skeptical about YouTube first? Like about this whole YouTube automation thing? Or did you know already in the beginning that, hey, this probably can work? Like, were you skeptic at all about this?
I mean, I think you're always skeptical. I mean, I've tried a lot of things, Facebook ads, affiliate marketing, and I've had some success, but a lot of them are just so much work. What I like about YouTube automation when I started your course is, and especially a faceless channel, is when you learn the process, I probably might spend an hour or two a day at the most researching and writing a script. And with AI, it can help you a lot. I mean, I would say AI gets me 80% there, and then I do the rest manually. And then I've cloned my voice and did an AI modification of it and just make it cleaner. And so I can voice over the scripts pretty quickly. And then I've got a set of the biggest thing is getting your editors vetted.
No,
But, working with you, I learned how to do all that. So yeah,
no,
once I learned the process, no, it's pretty easy. And I got my first channel. It was not great. It was in what I thought was a good niche. It was in politics and stuff like that. And
no.
it's just so that whole area is just so negative nowadays. I
Mhm.
hated doing it.
No,
And so I basically got rid of that channel when I had to have surgery. And I came back and said, okay, I'm going to start different.
no.
Um, and you know me, I like evergreen stuff.
Mhm.
So I like a lot of your niche recommendations, but I look and say, okay, how can I make that evergreen?
No,
So, but then I was like, this is what I really like to do. I like movies, I like commentary, and like I said before, some of these videos are it's just them talking with video clips in the background. I said I can do a better script and do a better video, and that's what I did. So,
no.
and
Yeah,
it's paying off. This channel's going to explode. I know it.
no, 100%. Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you, like, what were like some of the biggest challenges you faced early on? And I think with you, like, I think the biggest thing, maybe I'm wrong yet, but I think the biggest thing we did is we went into niches that you maybe weren't as interested in. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, like, I think you kind of are able to blow up that channel now because you are interested in that
Yes.
whole space. And I think that's a
Yeah.
big thing that kind of helped you to get the channel to where it is now, and which is a huge competitive advantage for you against most of the other channels in the niche, that you know a lot about the niche as well. As far as
Yeah.
I think, I'm not completely sure. Um, but yeah,
And
were they
that
like, yeah,
I was gonna say that first channel, it didn't do bad. I would have videos that would go to like 5, 10K views, but then they just stopped. This one keeps growing. The views keep growing. And the way I looked at it back then, I look at what I used to do is I would take, okay, here's a channel. I'm gonna basically not copy them, but really close to what they're doing. So and I think that's okay for short-term gains, but if you want to build a long-term business with YouTube, you gotta develop your own brand and what you do. And it may be slower growth, but I think long-term it's the way to do it because you get a channel that number one, YouTube likes, the algorithm likes, and you can grow a business around it. So and that's what we're working on. And with your help, I know I'll meet my monetary goals. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Now, this kind of brings me to the next point. Where do you see yourself in the next, like, let's say in a year from now, right? Where do you see yourself? Like, obviously, we're gonna double down. But what are your goals? Because what we can try to do is we can do this call now, and then in a year from now, this kind of keeps both of us extremely committed to get you to that goal. We do another call in a year from now or something. We kind of have a look if we got to that goal. I think that would be quite cool to do.
Um, I tend to be a little pig-headed sometimes. I'm trying some other niches, but I think, after talking with you today, I think what I want to do is I want to double, triple, and quadruple down on this niche. I'm looking at people always complain this movie was bad, a storytelling type niche where, okay, how can you improve this channel? I mean, how can you improve this video? Because I look for topics and look for stuff where people engage, even if it's negative.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say, hey, this video stinks. But most of the time people say, hey, this video is great. Thank you. And that's what you work for. So I want to do something where I can talk about scripts and storytelling because I am a good writer. And I've developed that skill with working with your group and learning things. I think I want to talk about movies and how to do better stories. Certain franchises like Tron, how can you make it better? What can they do? So people eat that stuff up, good and bad. And you want people to engage. You want to build an audience. That's what I'm looking for, is to build an audience where people come back. They see my video and said, oh, shoot, Tim's got a video out.
Yeah.
Let's go watch it. So
yeah. And that's extremely powerful if you go ahead and you build not just like a audience, but like a community of people, that are just waiting for the next video. That becomes extremely powerful on YouTube, because now you can almost do anything. You can do brand deals. You can start as many channels as you want to. Your channel has the people are going to be excited to kind of view or watch the channel. Now that's a different kind of thing, and that takes some kind of time to develop. Now, some good tip I can give you for that is think about maybe different ways how you can try to include your current audience inside of your videos, because this gives them a feeling of being part of something on the channel, which is very powerful and which usually builds which is a very good community builder, if it makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm looking at ways to monetize this channel better, but I've already got two companies that reached out for brand deals. I told them no right now because I don't think my audience is big enough. And if I'm going to do a brand deal, I want to do something where it's long term. And they were good. They were good products. I would promote them. And the other thing too is I don't think I'm really keen on putting the brand in my videos. So that's something, because I don't want to advertise within the video, but if you get to a certain point, you're big enough. Okay.
No.
But yeah. So the options are there. I know it's going to grow. I'm looking at maybe doing a Patreon, or, you can do everything within YouTube, but I want to control my audience outside of YouTube too, to add extra content, more detailed, people ask for stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So, and I get feedback in a lot of the videos I do. People ask, hey, can you review this? And then those videos do well. So yeah, when you build a community, that's where you can really leverage YouTube to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because it's recurring revenue, so it's pretty nice. No matter how the videos perform the month, or no matter how much you post that month on YouTube, the money still comes in, which is quite good. I would say recurring revenue gives you a little bit more peace of mind. Okay, this whole community thing makes me, let's say, 5K a month. And I know I'm going to get 5K a month for the next few months, and it's probably going to grow, which is cool. As the channel grows, that obviously also grows.
So I'm probably going to build another channel I've got already set up, and I've got it aged. And I found that aged channels, when you just set it up and I go on YouTube every day and scan videos on that channel, it helps out, because then the algorithm knows you're not an AI chatbot channel.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll have a common Patreon that links to this channel, my other channels. And so people know, hey, I'm getting all this stuff, all this information, because when you make people feel like they're insiders, they love that stuff. I know I do. So 100%. Like your group, I'm an insider with your group, and I can go and I can reach out to you and get help, and it's awesome. So
yeah. It's weird, but it just makes, again, people feel part of something,
Yeah.
And that's what is a big thing. But yeah, almost last question. For everyone watching who might be in the same place where you started, what advice would you give them? But do you have anything that you would say, this is one of the most important things when you get into YouTube automation?
The program works. I've tried other programs. None were as good as yours. To